Hello world family, this is Jaden's Videos, and I'm back with another Spirit Halloween 2020 sneak peek video. And this one is my most favorite so far. This is my favorite 2020 prop so far. I mean, we're almost done with sneak peeks, but I know that Krampus is going to beat this guy. I just know it. But this guy will definitely remain my second favorite throughout the year. This is the Plague Doctor. That is right. I can't believe I'm uttering that sentence. In Spirit 2020, we finally got a Plague Doctor. And how fitting for 2020 to be the year to get a Plague Doctor. And there's been a lot of stores doing Plague Doctors this year. We've never gotten Plague Doctors besides the vibrating Plague Doctor from 2015. And now a bunch of stores are wanting to do Plague Doctors this year. And it's interesting because these products are made before, they're made during the season of last year, a lot of them. These were made before the coronavirus was even a thing, and yet there's already 3 Plague Doctor items at different stores this year, which I find pretty crazy. But this prop, it takes the cake for me. Wow. I've wanted a Plague Doctor for so long. So long. They're one of my favorite Halloween characters, and they would have been in my top 20 favorite Halloween characters countdown if I would have remembered them, but I didn't remember them when making that list. But I'll probably make a top 30 or top 40 or maybe top 50 this year, and I'll definitely include them in that. I love Plague Doctors. I have a hanging vibrating Plague Doctor because I couldn't pass up the opportunity of getting a Plague Doctor prop when that came out. But who knew we would see a life-size Plague Doctor? It's a prop that I've been wanting for years. It's one that I've been thinking of for years. It's one that I've been wanting for so long now. And here we are. It is here, right in front of us, and it's a great one. And let me say this about it, which makes me even more happy. My haunt theme for 2020, as you all know, is a laboratory. And, here's another one that's going to fit my haunt, and it's surprising me. I really didn't think we'd get very many props that fit my haunt this year, but here we go. So many rolling out, and this one fits my haunt more than any other prop. Now, Plague Doctors usually aren't the most shown in laboratories, but I think they can work for it, because they are a doctor, and they've got the laboratory-type feel to them, so I think they can work. But the one thing that makes me realize that this guy fits my haunt is if you haven't watched my haunt blueprint video, then you wouldn't really understand this, and I'll explain it very briefly, but you might want to watch that to know more about that. But my haunt is supposed to be created by this mad scientist who was alive in the 1800s, and he built this laboratory, and then he became immortal, and over time, in the 1950s, he expanded onto it and made it more of a sci-fi laboratory. So the first part of my haunt is the original laboratory, and the first part is a steampunk laboratory. The second part is the sci-fi laboratory that he expanded on as time went on. But the first half of the haunt is the steampunk aesthetic to the laboratory. And this guy is so steampunk. Plague Doctors have always gone with the steampunk aesthetic. But this guy, I'm glad they gave him the brown color scheme. He's going to look so good in my haunt. He's 7 feet tall, which really makes me like him even more, because he's definitely a towering prop. I think he's awesome looking. He's got light up eyes. He fogs, which is really cool. He's got light up eyes on the skull staff too. And his audio is one of the best parts about him. I'm so glad he didn't talk and say because I feel like a Plague Doctor talking isn't the coolest. But I just love his deep, heavy breathing. It is so unsettling and creepy, and I really like it. Now, there's 2 downsides to this guy. This is the price, which is $239.99. He's a static prop. He makes sound, and he fogs and stuff, and lights up. But I don't think that's good enough of a price for a static prop. I think the reason he's that much is because he's 7 feet. But with the 7 feet thing in mind, I think $200 for him would have been better. $230 is a lot, and he's online only, which is the really sad part about him. And I actually believe he probably would have been in stores this year if it wasn't for the coronavirus. I think the reason that he's online only is because some people might take offense to a Plague Doctor animatronic. I don't know, but I still love him. I'm still gonna get him. He's 100% a priority for me this year because he fits my haunt so well, and I've wanted a Plague Doctor for so long. And this is the 1 year that I can use him. And, well, I'm sure I can find a way to use him again in the future, but this is the year that he fits my haunt so well. And this is year they come out with him. So he's so perfect, I'm going to get him. I don't know when I'll be pre-ordering him. Another downside is that he doesn't ship until October 21st, 10 days before Halloween. And so that's a really big downside, especially for people who are just going to decorate with him, because they won't have much time to have him up in their house. For me, I decorate and do a haunt, so it is an inconvenience to me as well. But, yeah, I think hopefully his shipping date will change. Sometimes they change. It changed with the butcher, and now he's an early shipment. So I'm hoping that his ship date will change. But regardless of when it is, I'm still going to get this guy, but really hoping it changes. Let me know what you think of the Plague Doctor in the comments below. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.